All right. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope that you can hear me and see me well. This is a town hall that I'm leading by myself. I'm doing it from the studio, and it's 9 p.m. Eastern. This is the first time we're doing the town hall in this time. Please feel free to let us know what do you think about this hour. We got a lot of comments before that our town hall in 1 p.m. Eastern is too early in the day and it's hard for a lot of people to join. So we said, okay, let's listen as we always do, and let's try to find better time during the day or the night. And we decided to give it a shot for 9 p.m. Eastern. So I hope that it fits better. Please feel free to share your thoughts. It doesn't set in stone, so we definitely can change it. So I hope that it's good for you. So this is our 46th town hall, and I'm super excited to be here today because this town hall is special. We have huge announcements today, but when I'm saying huge, I mean it. So we have, I think, let me count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different feature announcements for today. 6 different feature announcements today. Pretty crazy. So let me know what do you think about that. Yeah. So I think we can start with something nice that I thought about. What do you think? Who is going to win the World Cup? Trying to just start with something nice. Me, myself, I think it's going to be Argentina. I hope that it will be Argentina. I think Lionel Messi, he deserves it. But we'll see. So let me know in the comments what do you think. Just curious, to make sure that we're doing something fun here. Oh, USA, Susan. Yeah, I live in the US, so I should be a fan of the US, right? It's nice that the US won Iran, though. I'm happy that the US made it for the qualifications. Let's see, Brazil. Wow, it will be nice to see. So let's start with saying hello for a lot of people here. For those are new and those are not new at all in the town halls, what we're trying to do here is, first of all, engage with the community. So taking this as an advantage, as an opportunity to share any announcements we have. And today we have tons of announcements, answer questions, demonstrate some stuff, and just get to know each other better, hear your feedback, and, just make Evmux a better tool for everyone that way. So say hello to Nikos Gamer. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Nikos couldn't wait to begin the town hall. So here we are. Thank you for joining. Yeah, okay. I see here that Chantel loves the new time zone. Okay, that's good. Oh, wow, you are from Australia. Amazing. So for you, I guess it's a morning session. Good. Nice, nice, nice. We have Athlon Fire from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for joining. Domino Entertainment, as always, thank you for being here. Frankie from Perth, Australia as well. Wow, Australia is ruling here today. Nice, nice, nice. Darius, wow, thank you for joining, man. As always, pleasure to have you here with us. Grandma Joe, thank you for joining during dinner, and thank you for the kind words before. Mobile, Alabama. I think it's Alabama, right? The man mindset is here with a question. Sorry, I didn't see it's a question. How do you add alerts, or do you have something to show money and sub alerts, guys? So this is not part of the announcements today, although it's high in the roadmap, so we don't have it yet. But stay tuned, it's coming soon. Jim Lawyer, thank you for joining, man. Great to see you here. Tihano Time, wow, nice to have you here as well. Who else is here in my comments? Jamie, wow, nice to have you here, man. Thank you for joining today. Universal Deliverance, thank you for joining as well. Christian, hey man, how are you? And In the Basement is here. Thank you all for joining. And yeah, I'm super happy to be here. So you know what? Let's dive into it and start immediately with the first announcement. The way we're going to do that I'm going to announce something, and then I'll try to do quick demonstration about this feature, and then we can have some questions about it. So feel free to ask the questions. I'll take them by order, and then we will jump to the next announcement. So the first announcement is sound effects. Sound effects. Look at this. Yay. All right, so I'll share my screen real quick so I'll be able to show you. Let me take off the banner and let me share my screen. Please let me know in the comments that you can see it clearly. So I'll make sure that I can demonstrate that. Perfect. So as you can see here on the top of the options here that we have on the left side of the studio, we have a new thing that's called music and sound. Music and sound. Click on that, and then you can see some effects here that we already created for you. I'll just do a quick, and also you can change the audio of them a little bit, the volume. So I suggest all of you to to play around with it and see what works better for you. Do some tests, of course. You see that you can select if the volume bar will be available or not, so you will be able to adjust the volume. You can rename it just for your convenience, and you can replace it with something else. For now, this is the horn. Crowd applause that you've heard before. Yeah. Thank you. Doorbell. Drums. I need to do this. I need to do this before the next announcement. I'll try. Oy. This is when Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia, right? Maybe. And this. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Let's try to replace. When I'm replacing, I can upload a new sound effect as well. So if you have your own sound effects, this is where you can upload them, and then during your stream, you can use them. I think it's phenomenal. We've got tons of requests of this feature. Let me know if you have any questions about that. So Susan is the first one. Does this work for dynamic and processing? Great question. So as you can see, the music here is regardless what is being played on the screen. It doesn't matter. It's what I call cross scenes. It doesn't matter what you play. It doesn't matter if you do any transition in between. The sound effect will be there, will be heard by the audience. It's regardless the scene is being played, dynamic, pro, dynamic and pro, whatever it is, you'll have it available. Next question. Okay, no other questions about that. All right. Thank you. I see great comments. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think the developer team did an amazing job here. All right. So let's go for... Okay, there is a question here. Love it. Thank you. Does it have a laugh track? So as you can see here, again, making sure that we all understood that, we have some sound effect that we provided for you. So you have some presets. No laugh track here, although it's a good feedback. Maybe we should add a laugh one, but you can upload your own. So you go here, you replace, and you can upload your own effect. So I hope that helps. Amazing. So let's take that off and let me know if, you know what, let me be back to my scene. I'm back, full screen. Hello, hello. All right. Jamie asked if it can be looped. So you are actually helping me to go to the next announcement, because the effects, they cannot be looped, because honestly it doesn't make that much sense that the clapping will be looped so much. So we decided not to, so people won't be confused and then they just won't understand why it's going again and again and again. We decided for now not to allow any loops for the effects, but be ready for this one. Boom. Music playlists cross scenes. Add music tracks to be played as background music and so much more. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? So let me show you what you can do. So it's kind of under the same section of music and sound effects. You see here at the bottom, music. This is where you can create your playlist, and this is where this playlist can also be looped. Okay, you can change the name, you can make it loop or not loop, and then basically, Jamie, it answers your question, because if you do want, there is kind of a workaround here. If you do want these kind of effects being looped, you should add them as a music track. What's really nice about music tracks, and this is also something we've got a lot of requests and feedback from our community, that it is cross scenes. It means I can play this scene now of main talking. I can have a music track as a background music. It can be looped, or I can just make sure that it goes to the next music track and so on and so forth. I'm playing the next scene, and the music will still play. It won't start from the beginning, because if it will be a layer in the scene, then, as you all know, it will stop playing and it will be played again as another layer in the other scene. But in the music tracks here, it will be just playing and without any interruptions. It won't stop because you changed a scene, because you did a transition to a scene. And that's amazing. So you can edit the list by uploading new tracks and then just select which tracks you would like to have in the list. Then you can select if it will be looped or it will just continue from one track to another. You can, of course, stop it at any time. Super, super simple, super, super smooth. Let's see what questions you have here, if you have any questions. All right. Oh, great, Orlando. Nice, nice. Okay, I see no questions. Feel free to shoot any questions. I'm super excited about this. Feel free also, besides questions, shoot any usage, any use case you see for those features that you would like to use them. It's always nice to get inspiration from people and see what are the ways that they are going to use it. It just helps and gives inspiration for other people. All right, so you're new here. Hi, how are you? Please let us know where you are tuning in from. It's always nice to understand where people come from. Thank you for joining, of course. All right, so for the next announcement, it's nice, huh? Boom. So the next announcement is select starting scene. So you now can choose which scene will be played first when going live or recording. So those of you using Evmux for a while, you know that when you go live in Evmux, you can't really select a default scene that will be played automatically. You must do a, let's call it, manual transition for the first scene. So when you go live first, it's kind of black screen, and then immediately you do the transition. It's not a huge deal, but really a lot of people asked for it to be able to select the scene to be played automatically without you needing to do anything, and then you are not in a rush, like do the transition so quickly. So we've heard you, as always, and we did it. So let me show you how it looks. I don't think I can really show you, but I can try to explain because I'm live now. So the idea is, and the way we decided to do it, and totally open for feedback if you think we should do it differently, but it made total sense for us that here, now it's end broadcast, but before you go live, before you record, you can just click here and then it will be the go live button or the recording button. And then there you can do basically two things. You can decide about the recording, if you want recording or not. For pro users, they can decide if they want local recording on or not. And then for any users, even in the free plan, you now can choose what scene will be the starting scene. So it can be any scene from the list. In this case, I have the dynamic scene and then several scenes here. So you'll just see the name of the scene and the thumbnail, and then you just select it. Then when you go live, boom, the first scene that will be played is, of course, the scene that you decided to be the first starting scene for you. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you like it. And of course, feel free to share your feedback and questions. Let's see if we have something. This is pretty straightforward one, so I don't expect tons of questions. I just know that a lot of people asked for it. So if you liked it, just a like, thumbs up, always nice to see. All right, I can move forward to the third announcement of today. And of course, I cannot do it without this. And without transitioning to myself on the screen. Yes. All right. So the next scene is the next announcement, the next feature is social comments for speakers. Your guests and speakers can now see the YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch chat real time. So let's just make sure we are on the same page. In Evmux, when you are streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch or Twitch, you can get the comments inside of Evmux. So if I am transitioning again to my screen share, here you can see under this social chat icon, I can see all your comments coming from YouTube in this case. But if you stream to Facebook, Twitch as well, you can see the comments coming in. That's amazing. What was missing for a lot of people, that the speakers, if you have any speakers in your show, any guests, they couldn't see the ongoing chat real time. The only thing they could see, any comments I highlight as a host, as an admin, they could see them, that they are highlighted, so they were able to, engage with them and comment to them. But still, a lot of people really ask for speakers, guests, to be able to see the live ongoing chat as well. So we listened, and now it's available for all the speakers in the speaker room. They have on the right side, they can see the internal chat and the social chat. and super easily they can see it available for them, engage exactly as you engage as a host. Of course, they cannot highlight comments, but they definitely can see them and react to them. So again, feel free to share any feedback, any comments, anything you have on your mind, any questions, of course. Let's see in the chat that I'm not missing anything. Okay, so I see Christian. Just a second. Let me do the transition here for myself on the screen. Here I am. All right, so Christian, I put screenshots in the community Facebook group if you want to photo to show what it looks like. Yeah, I saw that, Christian. Thank you very much. I also saw your comment in the Facebook that you think we might do a better job in the process to just allow people to do some sort of pin or star, a scene, that this will be the let's say the way to make it as a starting scene. We thought about it a lot, and there was like a brainstorming in the company, and this was one of the ideas how to make it happen. For now, we decided that it's better under the go live button, not to confuse people, because there it's really, let's say, to the face that this is the starting scene and no confusion. When you start a scene, sometimes people tend to think that it's not the starting scene specifically. It might be just a scene that you want to maybe segment that as an important scene, so it will be easier for navigation when you run a show. We decided not to confuse there, but again, totally happy for any feedback and always listening. So any of you having any feedback, let us know. Nothing is set in stone. We always listen and we change accordingly, according to feedback and according to, what we think will make people's life easier and better. So thank you, Christian, for that. Pam, pam, pam. All right, there is a question here. A little bit off topic, but that's totally fine. We do a lot of all topics questions during the town halls. So the question is, how do you stream live to Instagram? So a lot of announcements going to be, regarding the Instagram thing. So far, Instagram didn't allow third parties tools like Evmux to stream to StreamYard to. Sorry, we talk a lot about StreamYard as a competitor. We appreciate them. And Restream and Melon and all the rest, we hope that we are the best. So sorry for the confusion. But Instagram is kind of closed so far. Like according to their policy, they decided not to allow any third-party software such as Evmux, OBS, StreamYard, Restream, all the good guys to stream to Instagram. There are some hacks there, but of course we don't recommend to use them because basically you are breaching the policy of Instagram, the privacy policy, terms of use, whatever you want to call it. So it's not possible, but Instagram, starting now as beta, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be released pretty soon for everybody, the ability to use third-party products like Evmux to stream to Instagram. So stay tuned. We're working on it with them, and it's going to be released hopefully pretty soon. It's not us, it's more them. Once they allow it for anyone, then we will be able to release it as a feature in Evmux. Thank you for the question. Same thing for TikTok. Still not possible. But I'm sure that TikTok is going to do changes there because, you cannot ignore that a lot of people want to use third-party tools to make their streams look much better than what you can do with the TikTok capabilities. Perfect. All right, let's see what's else in the chat. Yeah, Domino just mentioned Yellow Duck for Instagram. This is a tool that allows you to do some sort of workarounds and stream to Instagram using tools like Evmux, like others. We don't recommend that. We definitely don't support that, again, because it's breaking the Instagram terms of use, breaching the terms of use. So, again, we don't recommend that, although technically it's possible in a way. So thank you for that, Domino. What do you mean by React? I'm not sure. Sorry if I'm not sure I understand the question, Ray. If you can clarify a little bit more. Okay, you just came from Restream. Restream, welcome. I hope that you like Evmux better, and feel free to share any feedback. It always helps. Jamie. Yeah, exactly. Jamie is just saying exactly what I said, that the yellow duck is a hack. Thank you. And thank you again. All right. Instagram is still not allowing third-party access to their API. If you hack, your account could be terminated. Exactly. So you breach the terms of use. Instagram can just block your account and stuff like that, permanently or temporary. We don't know. We just, we don't recommend you to breach any terms of use of anyone, of course, not of Instagram. With that said, we know that they're working on allowing that. I know that they allowing it for, some selected users, and they do a lot of tests there. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying expect in the next few months a lot of announcements around this, of Instagram allowing third-party tools to integrate with them. Perfect. What else here? All right, Tyson saying that you cannot see in your profile in Facebook comments. You should be able to. I just suggest you'll reach out to our support or to the Facebook group. We have a great Facebook group, great community there for a lot of people helping. So that's one option. Another option, in Evmux, you have the chat, the support chat. Feel free to reach out and we'll try to see why it didn't work for you. All right. I hope you are going to announce something about banners. I think they need more customization options. Thank you for that. I agree with you. I'm not announcing today anything about banners, but stay tuned. We are going to release a lot of new designs for the banners to begin with, before we will allow in the next phase customization to the banners. Remember that banners is basically a way to, add action items and stuff like that to the stream, which is really nice. In the process, you can create banners on your own and then design them as you wish. So it is possible in Evmux now. It's just not as a banner. It's just a layer, a design that you can create and then, lay it out as you wish in the process. So it is possible in a way, but I agree that we should find an easy way to allow you to customize the banners. What we're going to do as the first phase is just giving you way more designs for the banners, so stay tuned. It's coming really, really soon. All right, Grandma Joe, question. I'm seeing it really, really small, so let me go into my screen. All right, ability to duplicate full sessions. Stay tuned. Maybe it's coming today, maybe not, we'll see. And another thing you are asking. So doing live with multiple speakers, don't want to add additional scenes at bottom for 2 and for 3. I'm not sure I understood what the question is, so if you can clarify, I would be happy to reply that. You're in the pro. Perfect. Happy to have you. All right, Ray, you can now see the cut and react. Again, maybe I misunderstand you. What do you mean by that? Seeing the cut and react. Seeing by whom? The chat and the react. You mean if people do super chats and stuff like that? If that's the question, that's still not available. You see the chat as is without any, any advanced feature that you might have in YouTube. You won't see them in Evmux for now. When will you allow RTMP out so we can bring live solo devices? I guess your question is about RTMP sources inside the studio of Evmux, so you will be able to inject RTMP to Evmux and then stream them out with more editing that Evmux allows you. Working on it, but it's not available yet. Sorry. All right, thank you for that. Evmux has elevated my podcast to another level. That's exactly what we love to hear. Thank you for that. All right, a question here. How do we add a live stream to our own site? That's a great question that we are being asked a lot from a lot of people. And for now, this is not something available for the basic and the pro plans. It's available only for enterprise plans for businesses. If it's something you would like to have, it's starting from $99 a month for now, and it really depends how many people you have watching and stuff like that. So it's more of a bespoke package as of now. It might change in the near future, but for now, this is the way it works. And then you are able to stream not to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. You stream basically directly in Evmux, and you get a URL that you can embed in your website. But again, for now, it's for businesses, enterprises. If you need that, reach out. It's a bespoke package. All right. What else? Yeah, I agree with you. Evmux, what I like about the tool is it's super easy to use, but then you can take it to the next level with processing and fully customize your live stream. That's why we think and believe that we are in this exactly in the sweet spot, that it's easy to use, but yet very robust. Because as you know, the tools that are really easy to use, they're also very limited. The tools that they are very complicated, very robust with a lot of features, they're very complicated as well. Evmux is exactly, in the sweet spot there. I hope you like it and appreciate it. Could you see the comments I posted on LinkedIn? Great question. So unfortunately, so far, we don't have this access from LinkedIn, although we are an official partner of LinkedIn. Unfortunately, it's them. We are waiting for them to finish their new API. Because Evmux is a pretty new tool, we joined as a partner of LinkedIn to their new API. So the good thing is that the API works flawlessly. The downside is that comments are not available yet. We are in contact with them all the time, with great team in LinkedIn, the partnership team, and they promised us that as soon as it's being released on their end, we will have access to the comments. So for now, you cannot get the comments to the studio from LinkedIn. I should have LinkedIn in another tab to be able to see the comments. So it's my bad I don't have LinkedIn because the majority of our viewers are in YouTube. So that's why I didn't have LinkedIn open, but you're right. I'm sorry that I couldn't see your comment there. All right, what else? Okay, I see a spammer here. New site with hot girls. If you're interested, go there. But I'm more interesting, I hope. All right, what else? All right, we have love production tip and tools. Hi, my man, how are you? Really recommend this channel. This guy made amazing video on Evmux versus the competition, and really great supporter of Evmux. So thank you for joining, man. Happy to see you here today. A question from Grandma Joe clarifying. Clarifying why you need the duplicate sessions. I know I asked a clarification on the second one. So let's see what's here. One live has one speaker guest. Then in 2 days have 3 speakers guests, and to pre-plan have to add the scenes for 3 at bottom, then move up day of live. Yeah, okay, let me just explain to the viewers what Grandma Joe is referring, and I hope that I understood you correctly. Feel free to correct me. When you are creating a session in Evmux, a broadcast in Evmux, then basically this broadcast can be used again and again and again. Let's take this town hall as an example. We're going live every week, right? So we created the town hall once, we created the scenes, and then basically we just go again and again live with the same broadcast, and we don't need to recreate everything from scratch. What Grandma Joe is doing, she's going live once by herself, and then she's going live with a guest, and then she might go live with 3 guests. So then you go to pro scenes and you can create a scene with Grandma Joe by herself, like me now on the screen. And then she has another scene with 2 speakers and another scene with 3 speakers. And then before she goes live, she is adjusting the order of the scenes according to the show. So that's a good practice to do that. Another way people do sometimes, they're just creating different sessions for each and every show. When it's different, it's also fine, but then you need to recreate things. But on the other end, maybe you don't have scenes there that might confuse you. So it really depends on the use case, but Grandma Joe, I think the way you're doing it, it's pretty good and straightforward, and keep doing it that way. Oh, Mark, how are you? Thank you for joining. So you said that you are missing Townhall background music. Yeah, so today I don't have in this scene the background music. I decided to take it off. If you think that it's needed and you love it more that way, it's a great feedback, and maybe next time I'll add it. So, but today it's me without any background music. Legacy Kings podcast. Evmux has really made things so much easier for content, and our podcast. Really love it. Thank you. Appreciate it, and thank you for joining. There is a question here. Does TikTok provide any sort of long form streaming options? As far as I know, they don't really limit the streaming time. They just don't allow you to use any third-party tool to make the stream. So if you do the stream from your own phone, from the TikTok app, you can do a long form. That's what I know. I'm not a TikTok really, daily user, so I might be wrong. People in the chat, feel free to chime in and correct me. Yeah, Steve asking about new features. You are right. Let me stop for a second with the question with the chat and go to the next feature. Boom. So the next feature is the ability to adjust host camera resolution. Ensure your stream is smooth by controlling your camera resolution. So for many of you, it might be not relevant, but we see a lot of people using Evmux. And when we're saying host, we mean the person that is producing. They might have an amazing camera, 4K, whatever, with high quality, but their computer is really slow, or their internet is really slow, and then the stream looks not smooth, just because their computer or internet cannot handle this amazing camera that they have. So now I can do a quick transition to my screen share. Really easy. As a host, you can go to settings and then go to video, and you see that I can click and play around with my camera resolution. So then if you see that your stream is not smooth, I mean, the stream can be smooth, but your camera is not smooth, you as host, you can try go here and change the camera resolution. It might help to the stream to be smoother. So please try, let us know what you think about it, and if you had any issues in the past with the resolution and you find this feature helpful for future use, it will be really nice to hear that. As of now, it's not available for you to change resolution for the speakers or for the speakers to change for themselves. This is like the next phase we're going to add to this feature. So stay tuned here. It's coming soon. Let's make sure we don't have any questions about that, although it's pretty straightforward. And we can jump to, I think, the last announcement for today. Bam. Yep. The last one is... Oh, sorry, it's not the last one. We have another one. that I just forgot to create a banner for it, but I'll announce it anyway. So before the last one is this. GIF support. Animated GIF logos, backgrounds, and overlays are supported. So sometimes it feels like very obvious feature, but for some reason in Evmux we didn't hear a lot of demand for it, so we just kind of put it low in the priority. And then pretty recently we've heard a lot of requests for this kind of feature, so we decided to release it pretty quickly and add it to the announcements of today. So you can add now logos either to the dynamic or to the proscenes, logos, overlays, backgrounds, any layer in the proscenes, you can use it in different ways as GIF animated picture, and it will be animated and it is supported now in Evmux. So feel free to take advantage of it and feel free to share questions and feedback about this feature. Pretty straightforward. And the last one, Grandma Joe, this is for you. Boom. A lot of time people ask for the possibility to duplicate sessions as a whole. Duplicate them A to Z. It means duplicate with the scenes, with all the work you did, with all the speakers you've added, all the layouts, all the broadcasting channels and everything. And now you can do this. With one click of a button, you can duplicate a session. Let me go quickly to the dashboard and share my screen to show you this. Just a second. Let me do this. Bear with me. All right. So in the dashboard, if you go to Sessions, you can click here. And then you see you have the option to duplicate a session. For now, you can do it only for one session anytime. If you'll try to duplicate more than one at once, you will get an error. So just do it one by one, but it will duplicate everything. Everything meaning, if I'm going back to the studio, it will duplicate all the broadcasting channels, all the scenes, all the layout, all the banners, all the branding, everything. And why it's nice? Because as I said before, you can reuse a session. It is possible to reuse a session, but for a lot of people, first of all, it's not intuitive. Secondly, they don't want it. They want to be able to have their shows in order. If you have a podcast, for example, and you go live or recording every week, you would like to segment it in Evmux as episodes. So now, but still it's like the same layout, same preparation you do, same scenes, everything is kind of the same. So it doesn't make sense to you to recreate them again and again and again. On the other end, it doesn't make sense for you to just reuse the same session because you do want to see the different episodes in the right order in Evmux, and then you're just way more organized. So we decided, we said for a long time, it wasn't a secret, that we are working on the ability to duplicate sessions. And we shared very transparently that because in Evmux, each session is really complex with the scenes, with the layers, with the broadcasting channels, with the banners, so many different components there, making the, allowing duplicate it and make sure that everything works flawlessly requires a lot of time. And a lot of efforts, a lot of developments, but we decided to put it as high priority and release it today. So happy to announce that we are allowing you to duplicate sessions. Yes, I see the comments here. And it's funny sometimes that something that sounds and looks so simple, this is maybe the thing that makes people the happier. So I'm happy that we made you all really happy, and Grandma Joe specifically. We love you, we appreciate you, and I'm so happy that we made you a little bit happier today with this announcement. And yeah, with that, basically, it ends the announcements for today. So just to recap, we had, I think, 6 announcements. We had the sound effects that you can add cross scenes and play them anytime during the stream, regardless the scene that you are playing. We have music playlists that you can create to have background music or just music that you want to play during the stream. Many different use cases here, and we are really curious to see how people are going to leverage this feature. You can either create a playlist, so the songs, the tracks will play one by one, or you can loop the track, so it will just play all the time, regardless the scene that you are playing. It won't restart because you are playing a new scene. It will just continue to play from the same point, and this is very, very important. And then we announced the ability to select the starting scene. Super nice feature, also kinda obvious, kinda very straightforward, but still making a whole difference to make sure that your stream is professional. With other tools, sometimes you go live and you don't even know what goes live first. With Evmux, you went live and you had a black screen and then you did the transition. Now, no need. You can select the scene you want to start with before you go live, which is pretty cool. Then we announced the social comments for speakers. So speakers now can see the real-time chat in their speaker room, so they can react to the chat exactly as you can react to the chat as the producers, as the host of the show. Super cool. We also announced the ability to adjust the host camera resolution. This is more for stability. If you see that you are kind of clunky in the stream and your camera is not smooth, it might be that your computer or your internet are kind of hard to handle your camera high resolution. So maybe reducing the resolution of your camera might make the whole difference. So now you can make it in Evmux pretty simple, pretty easily. What else we announced today? GIF support. So we support GIF files, pictures, animated to upload to the system, dynamic, pro, overlays, logos, everything is supported. So take advantage of it. And the last announcement was about the duplicate sessions. Highly requested feature, and finally it's out. So I think we promised you with the build-up last week and this week that we have huge announcements. I hope that we made it happen with 6 new announcements today. Pretty crazy. And we promised you, if you remember, that in the next few months, we are going to gear up with the feature releases. And I think we are doing it, and it's not ending here. We are going to release more and more and more features. So just continue to give us feedback all the time. It helps us to prioritize so much because, at the end of the day, in a startup like Evmux with crazy talented developers, but still limited resources, we have to prioritize. So it's all about that. So as much as you will be vocal on something you need, it might help us to prioritize. Of course, we do our research. So with all due respect to one user asking for something, it doesn't mean it will be the first priority, but it's just a +1 to something. So it just helps, because think about it. If you need something, probably more people need that. So just let us know. It helps us to prioritize. Sometimes it's a whole new thing we didn't think about. Sometimes we thought about it, but it just helps us to make it higher in the priority. So keep doing that. It helps a lot. And now I can go back to the chat and make sure that I didn't miss anything, because I really don't want to miss anything. So I stopped where Steven asked me to recap about the new features. So thank you for giving me a heads up that, we need to finish it up, first of all, with the features. So we did that. And there is a question here. Will you be able to add clickable shopping links? Great question. Very, very high priority for us is all the shoppable world. So stay tuned. It's coming. If you are doing shoppable live streaming in any other tool, and you have feedback and you have features that you would love to see there, please come to our Facebook group. And this is a great opportunity to ask all of you to join to this group if you are not there yet. And just share with us your thoughts, share with us what you do in shoppable live streaming in general. Just inspire the community there. So we would love to see you there and to hear your tips and your feedback, of course. Live production tips, asking. First of all, thank you. So thank you as well, my man. You are an amazing contributor to the community. So the question is, what can we expect for 2023? Wow, man. The $1 million question. So, I won't share everything now we plan for 2023. I want some surprises, but very high priority is the multi-camera and the web sources, alerts, and all this good stuff. Those are pretty big features. Working on it, making Evmux better for sure, and a lot of different features are coming. Shoppable also, I shared with it, also something that we are really focusing on for 2023, but it's not there. It's not ending there, let's say like that. All right. Thank you, Chantel, for doing a recap for everybody. And what else we have here? Jamie, there's a parade tonight, so I'll have to catch up after the stream. You have a lot to catch up, man, so enjoy the parade. All right, Domino is asking about monetization features. Monetization is a crazy world, definitely in the roadmap, but nothing specific that I can share so far. All right, there is a question. I have speakers locally in the same room of our podcast. I can flip camera views between speakers with ATEM Mini or other camera switcher. Can you assign different speakers in some way? All right, so I just said that the multi-camera feature that we're working on will really make a whole difference. We're going to, and the reason that we take the time here, because it won't be just add a camera. There is a lot to think of, the way to add cameras, specifically with processings, with the audio of each camera and stuff like that. So expect something pretty robust that we will release, and it will help you for sure. Until then, you can do two things. First of all, switcher with ATEM and stuff like that. Secondly, you can add the other cameras as guests into Evmux. You have to be very sensitive for all the audio thing to make sure which cameras will be on mute and stuff like that. Play around with it. If you need help, let us know. It's a bit complicated, but it is definitely possible. So I don't know your production professionalism, let's say, but if you are kind of advanced production guy, you should be able to do that. If you need any help, just let us know. Reach out in the Facebook group. This is also a great place to ask those questions and get, answers from professionals like Darius and so many more in the community that can help immediately. Right, what else we have here that I missed? All right, so when I have scenes created that I like, simply reuse them over again and over again. So you can just use a session that you created with the scenes you love again and again and again. Alternatively, and this is what we just released today, you can duplicate the session if for some reason it helps you for the order. For example, again, podcast episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, you do want them as sessions in Evmux segmented, sorted that way, then it's a good option. Or you have different layouts, but not really different. So you might use the same background, but then you have one show with you by yourself, another show with guests, and another show a whole different thing. So you can have different sessions, and each session will represent another show or broadcast you are doing, and it's really personal preference, what you prefer, how you prefer to design your dashboard in Evmux, if you will. All right, what else we have here? Ray, thank you. Are there tutorials for all the new great features? All right, so of course we are working on tutorials on all the features. I tried today to demonstrate them pretty quickly, so I think this town hall might be a go-to for you to see how to use all of them. But of course, it's not like dive really deeply and not high level, high quality demonstration with zoom in, zoom out and stuff like that. Definitely working on it. The next video that we're going to release is about the sound effects. So stay tuned, but definitely in the next weeks, we release a video each week. So stay tuned. Every week we will release a video of the new features for sure. Any timeline on the native multicam feature? Unfortunately, no ETA. I can just promise that we're working on it like crazy. So it's not going to take a year. It's going to take much, much, much less. I don't want to say a week or two, but it's coming up really, really soon. Stay tuned. A question from Grandma Joe. Will you be creating how-to for all the new... Okay, so I answered this one, so sorry. Working on it. Every week will be released a new feature. Thank you, Darius, so much, and thank you for joining. Yeah, I really recommend all of you to try them out and test them, of course, before you go live. And again, we are really keen to hear in the Facebook group what you think about the features, how we implemented them, what made sense, what didn't. When we release a feature, we try to make it as simple as possible, as easy to use as possible, and as robust as possible. But, we might do it wrong, and your feedback is super, super valuable here. All right, Matthew is saying, hey, Elad, great to see you back. You mentioned earlier that streaming to your own site is currently a bespoke service. However, can you use the RTMP option to achieve this as a possible solution? 100%. Custom RTMP is 100% possible in Evmux, so it depends on the plan you are at. In basic plan, you can have up to 5, and all the 5 can be custom RTMPs. In Pro plan, you can have up to 9. Also, all the 9 can be custom RTMPs. You definitely can achieve that way if you have any Vimeo account or stuff like that. You can stream there and then embed this player in your website. 100% possible. Thank you, James. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Domino. All right, so James is asking, can we get a feature that gives us cash back when we log in? I'm not 100% sure what cashback means here. Please clarify. Sorry that I couldn't help here for now. Universal says, not sure if you're mentioned or not, but you've added an audio input and output feature as well. All right, I didn't mention that. Thank you for letting me know. We should do an announcement on that separately. I thought just today too many features. So, but basically to let you all know, you now in the studio you can also select the output. It means that besides selecting your mic and besides selecting your camera, you now can select where the audio from the computer will come to you. So if you play now a video or if you have guests and you listen to them, you can select if it will come from your headset, if it will come from your computer, if it will come from any other device connected that can share audio. And that's really important, of course, if you have headset and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for mentioning that. This is really, really powerful. All right, if you guys keep dropping new features, Prob won't be leaving this platform. That's exactly the plan. We want you to stay here, continue creating content, making you amazing content, get more followers, more subscribers, and spread the word of Evmux. So thank you for that. Fan for life, Grandma Joe, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Susan, definitely. But we're just getting started, just getting warm. A lot of features coming really, really soon. Um, Jess is saying, what are people releasing soon that other platforms don't have? I won't tell all the secrets, but it's not only if they have or don't have. I think it's always about how you implement a feature and how robust the feature is, because there are platforms allowing you to create scenes and change the layouts, but it's really complicated to do that. In Evmux, it's really easy to do that. So that's just one example. Our multi-camera feature coming really, really soon, you will see it's a whole different level than what you see in the competition. Our audio tracks, I think it's designed better than the competition. So it's not only having features that others don't have, it's how you make it happen and how you make people to create content in an easy way, because creating content and be live now, it's frustrating for a lot of people. It's a lot to deal with. So if the features are not easy to use, sometimes you just won't use them. But if it's easy, you will use them. So I think that's the whole difference. All right, we have a guest here from Indianapolis. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. What else we have here in the chat? I'm just enjoying with you now, like 1 hour, but I'm enjoying it. So as long as you want to stay, please bear with me. I'll just finish the chat and we'll wrap it up. What else we have here? So, while to see a platform company taking in real-time feedback and actioning on it. We always say this is our approach. This is the way we do. This is the way we do business. This is what we believe in, and we are going to continue that way. I just subscribed for 1 year. Thank you. 3 days ago. That's really exciting, and thank you for choosing Evmux. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Nothing else to say. Just thank you. All right, Christian. I think Alton is asking for the ability to separate lower thirds into their own triggerable welcome about the interface so that you can trigger different lower thirds dependent upon what's on. Yeah, I think I understand. It's kind of connected to banners as well. Let's put it open for now. We can continue the conversation in the Facebook group about that. It's always a balance between robustness and ease of use to make sure that we don't make things too complicated with too many features, too many options, and then it's just intimidating for a lot of people. All right, Steve is asking, what is the story behind the name Evmux? Thank you for asking that. I'll do it pretty short. We are coming from the event industry, and to begin with, the Evmux was planned to help event planners to produce stunning virtual events. Of course, now when in-person events are back, Evmux is different in terms of like so many different verticals of content creation using Evmux, podcasts, churches, and so much more. But this is where it comes from. So EV is events, and Mux is a multiplexer. Multiplexing is, taking different components and create one amazing component, amazing result. So this is exactly what you're doing, Evmux. Hey, my son is here. Hi, Lenny. You want to join? I thought he's sleeping, but maybe I'm too loud. Anyways, this is Evmux, and I hope you like it. What else we have here? Oh, that's a joke. Okay, sorry for not getting it. So now it makes more sense to me. All right, will there be a hotkey that the GIFs and animations... Yeah, okay, so the sound effects, you already have hotkeys for this, so you can do that. Specifically for GIFs, so far it's not coming as a animation effect. For now, only sound is available that way. With that said, we are working to allow effects also for pictures, like imagine like fire, boom, and stuff like that, confetti, definitely in the roadmap, so stay tuned here. Mark saying easy, Max. Not bad, not bad. Darius, thank you for the kind words. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Grandma Joe and everyone. And I think with that, the chat is done. I think I let all of you go to sleep and my son as well. So, Lenny, you want to say hi to all the audience? Now you have an opportunity to see him because he is not in the preschool. So this is my son, Lenny, 3 years old. And yeah, thank you all for joining. It was a pleasure. And what we always say, Lenny, you remember what Daddy always says? That I'll see them all in the next one. Thank you everyone for joining. It was a pleasure. See you soon. See you next week. Have a great week.
All right, I'm live. That was easy.